All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Thanks for being here this morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Running a little late. My apologies there. I just finished a webinar video talking about starting your day, your morning routine, kind of setting yourself up for success. That was the video that was just posted on our YouTube channel. I also posted it on Discord. If you don't have access, please take a look at the description below here on this video. Again, you'll get access to the workshop and webinars. So again, I had to do that this morning right before NFP. So let's go ahead and kind of get really quickly around the horn. Dow futures up 160 points, NASDAQ up 89, S&P 500 rejecting 4550. Remember, that's a big level, 4541. The Russell 1915 this morning up 0.75%. 10-year Treasury yields just went green. They just went higher, 4.102%. The dollar just pulled back. It was green earlier this morning, still testing that daily trend line of 103.47. The volatility index, the VIX, continuing to go down now at 3-year lows, 13.29. That's down 2% this morning. Insurance is getting very, very cheap. Crude oil catching a bid, 85.15. We're almost there at that breakout point. I got to go ahead and bring that up. We're almost there. We need to get to what, 85.40 or so. We've been talking about that for a minute. So futures traders knows what's up. We're just going to have to wait on it and see if we can get a good entry on crude oil. Gasoline futures $2.58 this morning, up 0.56%. Gold is also up 19.74. Silver futures 25.06. Copper futures $3.89. That's up 2% this morning. Euro dollar's up 11 pips on a reversal higher, 108.53, 144.88 for the pound. For the dollar yen, that's down 63 pips, 126.75, up 10 pips for the pound dollar, British pound. Bitcoin continuing to slide, 26,090, down 150 this morning, 0.57% with Ethereum, and about 0.78% this morning, 1644. So we talked about some pre-market movers and stuff like that on that last webinar. First thing I want to do is bring up crude oil, and we're starting to catch a bid here. I was talking about that right around 83, but again, being a very choppy month and everything like that, you can see kind of the double top here. Could we be a triple top? Just give me that break here, and we're going to target right around 88, the 89 level to 88 level, and then we'll use previous resistance as support. So crude oil needs to be on our radar. As we can see, black gold, as it's called, bidding up this morning, up 1.72%. We could also take a look at some options. Maybe we could take a look at XOM. We still have that gap to fill in XOM. 112.03 finally broke this morning. XOM needs to be on the radar. We're watching 114 to 147. So again, ExxonMobil is on watch this morning. We have a gap to fill. Chevron, not close yet to that gap fill. We're at 162.75. The gap fill is 166.30. I think XOM is the best bet. That's a stock that owes us that we lost in August, so maybe we get a shot at that. Remember, we're looking at for next week's setups. We're not looking for anything for today expiring. No, no, no. All right, let's go to S&P 500 futures again. 49.50, key level. That was levels that we rejected from, but we broke out of, obviously. That was the levels back from really May or April of 2022. And again, it really just gets you to another zone that we kind of ping-ponged around between 45.50 and around 46.20. So looking at it here, we know we broke above that right shoulder setup. The question is, do we have a little more juice? 4,600 would be nice. I don't think we get that today. Again, I'm seeing market movement. Don't get me wrong. We had an NFP that came in this morning. We'll go and take a look at that. Here's the non-farm payroll report. This is the jobs number. Okay, so we have an August change of 187,000 jobs added. That's better than the expected 170. The unemployment rate is now at 3.8%. Not more. It used to be 3.5%. So again, that rate is a little higher than expected. I guess the market did like that. The dollar pulled back a little bit. So we have NASDAQ futures. We're above. Were they above 16K? No, 15.6. I have to fix this. 15.6. 15,600. There you go. My apologies. I put 16K. We weren't there. So again, S&P 500 testing that resistance. Remember, we had long ES, we had long NQ, got stopped out flat on NQ. Again, just choppy. They could rug pull us at any time. So it's kind of tough to trade this. Again, we're ahead of a holiday, stock market holiday. So really, really tough sledding here. But again, there's other trades that we can take a look at. I like oil here, and I like XOM. Let's see if we get that push. Good morning. Next week is a short week. That's right. Good morning, Carlos. Do you think we fill the gap on the upside on the NASDAQ? Yeah, listen, you're going to go higher. We already kind of verified that with that head and shoulder break. Yeah, and you know what I said. We're going to get to all-time highs this year. So again, this is nothing really new to me on NASDAQ. I'm just glad that we broke that right shoulder. We have momentum. We had QQQs. We took them yesterday as high as 57%. I got 35% on it, but we had the 380 calls. And we are in the money. But again, it's not enough just to be right. We have to be right on time. So again, kind of talking to people in our server, kind of keep them up to date. People get very jittery, and I understand that. Money can be a stressor. So again, I try to make things as easy as possible to make sure you guys don't lose. That's kind of the deal. We're not trying to shoot the moon either. Because in order to shoot the moon and get these crazy bags, you got to hold. And some people, they just can't handle that. So I think the runner is the best way to let that happen in terms of price action. Even Qs yesterday, those contracts went red. I saw. So I don't know if you are holding runner. I am not. So again, but at least it's in the money, and we hit targets on that. So excellent trading all around. Excellent trading this week. We just have to keep that momentum into September. But I do believe there will fill a gap on the NASDAQ. We just filled that QQQ one. Got a way to put it. Gotta be right. Just gotta be right on time. Yep. Takes time. Takes a lot of precision to get this right. We're going to go over that on this weekend in regards to how we did for the month and how we're looking year to date and everything like that. And you'll see that kind of the deviation is really some stuff like headlines that we can't really prepare for. Those Fitch headlines, Boeing headlines, stuff like that you really can't do anything about. And that's something you just got to learn from. So again, you have to be very, very careful is all. I mean, we're not overbought, but we've gone pretty high pretty quickly too. So again, we need to be on our P's and Q's moving forward. We don't want to give anything away. We are undefeated this week. So again, we're looking into next week. Nothing for tomorrow expiry. Just have to kind of keep the focus and understand that we've done very well this week, and kind of, I don't want to say relax, but just be vigilant. That's it. Just don't make a move that's going to wipe your week out just because you had to do something, because the lights were shining and things were moving. We will watch very carefully. If we don't have a trade this today, that's completely fine. Totally cool. We can move on to next week. Remember, Monday, the market's closed. Couple of things I'm watching. Tesla above 266.50. Apple above 189.10. Looking at the 190, 192 and a half strike calls. I talked about that with the charts on the webinar this morning. Google as well, 138.40. Looking at the 140 to 141 call strike. That's the gap fill. We played Google this week. We played Tesla this week. We played Apple for Masterclass. So it's kind of the same names that we know have been working out for us. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of thing. There's momentum there. I like XOM as well. But again, I am not in a rush to do anything. I really want to see if we break the recent highs. Does ES get above 46.50? What happens when Q fills that gap? How low can the VIX go? Is the dollar going to go ahead and break below the 200 and the 20? These are all things we have to go ahead and put together in our equation and see if we're willing to risk more into trading into next week. That's all. XOM, my alert technically broke. I mean, we haven't opened. It's just pre-market. But again, that gap fill looms for me, and I definitely want to make that one back. 32 watching, only likes. Hit the likes, gents. That's all right. The saying goes, you don't have to do things for everybody, but you can do right things for somebody. And again, even if it's just one viewer, I don't mind. If that changes and helps that one person, then I'm going to give my best to that one person. I'm going to give my best to that 2 or 3 or 10 people. Because the way I see it is that, if you can't make 10 individuals happy with your content, you're never going to make 10,000 people happy with your content. Focus on the people that actually care. Focus on the real fans, the day ones, the OGs. And I mean, let the chips fall where it may. I can't control that, but I can control my effort. I can't control the consistency. And for the 34 that are watching, you'll get my best every day, guys. That's a promise. Have a great rest of your morning. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers.